All right, so we're taking a deep dive today into the German wind energy industry.
Okay.
And more specifically, its job market.
Exciting stuff.
Yeah, and I have this report here from the German Wind Energy Association.
The BWE?
Yeah, the BWE.
Mm,
It highlights some really interesting employers, and we're going to unpack what makes these companies stand out,
sounds good.
the kinds of roles that they're looking for. And we'll give you a feel for their company culture.
Awesome.
So consider this like your cheat sheet
Yeah.
to navigating the winds of change.
Okay.
Career change, that is.
Aha. I like that.
So this report paints a picture of like a rapidly growing industry
Yes.
with a strong focus on repowering, which is basically replacing older wind turbines with newer and more efficient models.
Right. And this repowering trend isn't just about the technology. It really signifies a maturing industry.
Okay.
It signals long-term investment,
Yeah.
and it creates a need for specialized expertise.
Right, because these newer turbines, I imagine, are much more complex
And
and require different types of skill sets to
Yeah.
maintain and operate.
Exactly.
So we've got this rapidly growing and evolving industry,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of companies are vying for talent.
Yeah,
This report highlights a bunch of top employers,
it does.
and they all seem to have their own unique approach.
Yeah.
What stood out to you?
Well, I think the sheer variety, honestly.
Okay.
You've got these large international players like Altair GmbH with over 500 employees.
Wow.
And they seem to be very people-centric.
Okay.
Even their job categories have this emphasis on being Altairic people.
Altairic people.
Yeah, it's interesting.
It is interesting.
And then you have smaller, more specialized companies like Rotor Control
Okay.
with just 20 employees, but a very niche focus
Oh, wow.
on rotor blade repair and B&K system installation.
So when I saw B&K system installations, I have to admit I had to look that up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't know what that was. So
Interesting.
B&K systems are basically lightning protection systems,
Huh?
which makes total sense given the height and exposure of the wind turbines.
Yeah, of course.
So working at Rotor Control, you'd definitely be on the front lines of keeping those turbines safe.
And probably not afraid of heights.
Yeah, exactly.
But what's interesting is that both of those companies, despite their size difference,
Yeah.
emphasize this idea of a green energy future.
Yes.
It makes me think that this shared sense of mission might be a big draw for people
Right.
looking to work in this sector.
I was thinking the same thing. It's
Yeah.
almost like a built-in cultural element.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of cultural elements,
Yeah.
I was really intrigued by Aroya.
Okay.
They're connected to the Swiss BKW Energy AG,
Interesting.
which gives them this international flair,
Mm-hmm.
and they operate across multiple European countries.
Oh.
But what really caught my eye was their unique benefit,
Oh, yeah.
offering employees BKW shares at a preferential price.
Wow. That's a good deal.
Yeah, that's not something you see every day.
It speaks to how competitive the industry is for talent,
Yeah,
but also how they value long-term commitment from their employees.
for sure.
It makes me wonder if other companies are using similar strategies.
Yeah, we should keep an eye out for that.
Mhm.
And let's not forget about the German Wind Energy Association itself, the BWE.
Right.
They're not just an industry voice, they're also an employer.
Yeah, that's right.
I noticed in the report they highlighted a review from the employer rating platform Kununu,
Oh, yeah.
where someone described the BWE as a great team.
That's awesome.
That kind of positive feedback from employees speaks volumes
Absolutely.
about the work environment.
Yeah.
They offer this collaborative environment with a strong focus on knowledge sharing,
Yeah.
which is probably attractive to those who are passionate about shaping policy and communication
Right.
within the wind energy sector.
For sure.
And then there's the UPD Wind Manager, GmbH & Co., KG.
Okay.
They're global with over 570 employees,
Wow.
managing wind and solar farms worldwide.
It's a big operation.
Yeah, big
Yeah.
company. Yet, they seem to place a high value on employee well-being,
Oh, that's good.
with things like flexible work arrangements
Mm-hmm.
and mental health support through a platform called Like-Minded.
Interesting.
So it seems like offering a healthy work-life balance is becoming a key differentiator
It seems that way, yeah.
in attracting talent.
Especially for these purpose-driven companies.
Right.
It makes me think back to Altairic and their focus on community.
Yeah.
Do you think this is a deliberate strategy to appeal to a younger generation?
I think it's definitely a factor.
Oh,
It's like these companies are saying, come join us, make a difference, and we'll take care of you.
that's a good way to put it.
But it's not just about work-life balance.
Right.
It's also about professional development.
Yeah.
UKA, for example, specifically mentions talent management and targeted promotion in their report.
So they're really invested in their employees.
It seems like it.
That's great.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
Mm.
You want to attract talent, but you also want to keep them. You
Absolutely.
got to retain them.
You got to nurture that talent.
Exactly.
Gotta help them grow.
So it's fascinating, isn't it?
It is.
It's like they're acknowledging that attracting talent is one thing,
Yeah.
but retaining it requires a commitment to fostering growth and providing opportunities for advancement.
I think so.
And it makes me wonder, what kind of specific roles are they trying to fill with all this effort?
That is a good question.
So that's a great segue into the next part of our deep dive.
That's it.
Let's shift our focus now to the specific job roles
Yeah.
that are in high demand within this booming industry.
I'm ready when you are. So we've talked about these companies emphasizing employee growth and this sense of community.
Right.
But what are they actually looking for?
Yeah, what kind of roles?
In terms of specific roles?
Yeah, that's the key question, isn't it?
Yeah,
I mean, we know there's a need for engineers.
of course.
That's a given in any industry dealing with complex technology like wind turbines.
Right.
But I'm curious about the roles beyond engineering that are emerging as this industry evolves.
Well, you're right. It's not just about the technical side anymore.
Okay.
This report highlights quite a diverse range of in-demand roles.
Okay.
For example, we see a need for a wind park planner,
Wind park planner.
which are wind farm planners.
Wind farm planners.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing that involves a lot more than just knowing where the wind blows strongest.
Exactly. These are the experts who plan the layout and infrastructure of entire wind farms,
Wow.
taking into account everything from wind resource assessments
Okay.
to environmental impact studies and even community considerations.
So they've got to have like a really broad understanding of
Yeah.
the whole process.
Absolutely. It's a role that requires a unique blend of technical and spatial planning skills.
So if you've got a knack for optimizing layouts and working with geographic data,
Mm-hmm.
this could be the role for you.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder if having a background in urban planning or even landscape architecture
Possibly.
could be valuable in this field.
It's definitely possible.
Yeah.
And speaking of transferable skills,
Yeah.
remember how we talked about those financial perks offered by companies like Arroyo?
Uh-huh.
Well, that's a sign that they're also looking for finance and investment professionals
Okay.
to manage the increasingly complex financial aspects of these large-scale wind energy projects.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
It's not just about building the turbines.
Right.
It's about financing them as well.
Exactly.
And as the industry grows, I imagine the need for legal expertise will also increase.
Absolutely. With the regulatory complexities surrounding land use,
Mm-hmm.
permits,
Yeah.
and environmental compliance.
Right.
You need legal experts who can navigate all of that.
Of course.
And let's not forget about the need for effective communication.
Yes. Good point.
Think marketing, public relations, and even event management.
Oh, yeah.
Remember BWE Service, GmbH,
Right.
and their focus on knowledge sharing and industry events?
Yeah. They even mentioned needing event planners in the report.
Exactly. So it seems like they're not just advocating for wind energy.
Yeah.
They're actively building a community around it.
It's like a whole ecosystem
It is.
developing around this industry.
Precisely.
Mhm.
And all of that requires skilled communicators
Right.
who can engage with the public stakeholders and policymakers.
So it's a really multifaceted industry
It is.
with opportunities that go way beyond
Mm,
just building and maintaining wind turbines.
for sure.
What are your thoughts on what this means for people looking to enter this field, maybe even from other industries?
I think it's incredibly exciting.
Okay.
It means that there are multiple entry points,
Oh.
and you don't necessarily need a specialized degree in wind energy to get your foot in the door.
Okay. So it's about identifying those transferable skills.
Exactly.
That's a key takeaway.
Yeah.
But how do you actually go about making that transition?
Mm-hmm.
This report is great for understanding the landscape, but I imagine actually landing a job in this competitive market requires a strategic approach.
You're absolutely right. It's not enough to just know what's out there.
Yeah.
You need to know how to navigate the German wind energy job market.
Okay, so let's put on our job hunting hats then.
Okay.
What are some of the key things someone should be doing to increase their chances of getting hired in this industry?
Well, first and foremost, networking is crucial.
Okay.
Attending industry events.
Like the ones organized by BW Service GmbH.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can be incredibly valuable.
Right.
It's a chance to connect with people in the field hear about what different companies are doing,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even meet your future employer.
So it makes those events more than just informative,
Right.
like active job hunting.
Exactly. And don't underestimate the power of online networking.
Oh, yeah.
LinkedIn, for example,
Yeah,
is a gold mine for connecting with professionals in the wind energy sector.
for sure.
Having an updated profile that showcases your skills and experience,
Right.
especially those transferable skills we talked about, can make a big difference.
So it's about putting yourself out there and making those connections.
Yeah.
But what about the actual application process?
Mhm.
I'm guessing a generic resume and cover letter won't cut it in this competitive field.
You're right. Tailoring your application to each specific job is crucial.
Okay.
Take the time to research the company, understand their values and needs, and articulate how your skills and experience align with their goals.
So it's almost like telling a story,
Yeah.
your story,
Yeah.
and how it fits into their company narrative.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to let your passion for renewable energy shine through.
Yeah.
These companies are looking for people who are genuinely invested in their mission.
Right. It's got to be authentic.
Yeah, for sure.
So networking, tailoring your application, showing genuine interest. It's about going beyond just ticking boxes on a job description.
Exactly. And another tip,
Okay.
consider getting certified in relevant areas. There are a number of certifications available
Mhm.
that can demonstrate your expertise in wind energy.
Okay.
For example, the Certified Wind Energy Professional designation,
Okay.
offered by the Wind Energy Institute of America,
Okay.
is a globally recognized credential.
So that's something to look into.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Yeah.
like giving yourself an extra edge,
Yeah.
showing that you're serious about building a career in this field.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
But even with all the preparation,
Yeah.
I imagine the interview process can still be nerve-wracking.
It can be, but remember, it's also your opportunity to showcase your personality, your passion, and your soft skills.
Oh, yeah.
Those are just as important as your technical abilities.
Soft skills, that's a great point.
Yeah,
We've talked a lot about the technical aspects of the wind energy job market.
right.
But let's not forget about those essential interpersonal skills
Yeah,
that can make or break your success in any role.
absolutely. Things like communication, teamwork, problem solving, cultural sensitivity, adaptability.
Yeah.
These are all highly valued in this industry.
So we've got a whole other area to explore here.
We do.
Sure.
Let's delve into those essential soft skills
Okay.
and how they play a critical role in the German wind energy industry.
Okay. So we've talked about the hard skills,
Yeah.
the technical know-how
Yeah.
that's needed in the wind energy industry.
Mm-hmm.
But what about those soft skills?
Right.
Are they really that critical in this field?
They're absolutely essential.
Okay.
Think about it.
Yeah.
You're often working on these large-scale projects with teams of people from diverse backgrounds and disciplines.
Yeah.
You're dealing with complex technologies, tight deadlines,
Right.
and ever-changing regulations.
Uh-huh.
Being able to communicate effectively,
Yeah.
collaborate seamlessly, and adapt to new situations
Yeah.
is crucial for success in this kind of environment.
It makes sense when you put it that way.
Yeah.
It's not just about knowing how a wind turbine works.
Yeah.
It's about knowing how to work effectively with the people who design, build, install, and maintain those turbines.
Exactly.
So what are some of the key soft skills that are highly valued in this industry?
Well, communication is always at the top of the list.
Okay.
And I'm not just talking about speaking clearly and
Yeah.
articulating your ideas.
Yeah.
It's also about active listening,
Okay.
understanding different perspectives, and adapting your communication style to different audiences.
It's about being a good communicator in all its forms.
Right.
Written, verbal, even nonverbal.
Yeah.
I imagine that's especially important when you're working with international teams,
Absolutely.
as is often the case in the wind energy sector.
Precisely. Cultural sensitivity is another key soft skill.
Okay.
Being aware of and respectful of different cultural norms and communication styles
Yeah.
can make a huge difference in building strong relationships
Right.
and working effectively with colleagues from around the world.
It's about being a global citizen in a sense.
Yeah,
And speaking of working with others, teamwork is obviously crucial
absolutely.
in an industry that relies on collaboration.
Building and operating wind farms requires a coordinated effort
Yeah.
from multiple teams and individuals.
Mm-hmm.
So being able to contribute your expertise,
Right.
share ideas,
Yeah.
and work towards a common goal is essential.
And it's not just about working together smoothly.
Right.
It's also about navigating conflict constructively
Yeah.
and finding solutions that benefit the entire team.
That ties into another important soft skill,
Okay. Yeah.
problem solving.
Problem solving.
Yeah, as with any complex engineering project, you're
Mhm.
bound to encounter unexpected challenges and setbacks.
Of course.
Being able to think critically,
Mm-hmm.
analyze problems,
Yeah.
and come up with creative solutions is a highly sought-after skill in this industry.
It's about being resourceful, adaptable,
Mm-hmm.
and not afraid to think outside the box.
Exactly.
And maybe having a bit of a sense of humor helps too
Yeah.
when those inevitable challenges arise.
Definitely a positive attitude and a sense of humor
Yeah.
can go a long way in a demanding field like this.
So we've got communication, teamwork, problem-solving, cultural sensitivity.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty comprehensive set of skills.
Yeah.
Any other soft skills we should highlight?
One more that's critical in today's rapidly changing world
Okay.
is adaptability.
Adaptability.
Yeah, the wind energy industry is constantly evolving.
Right?
New technologies emerge, regulations shift,
Yeah.
and market dynamics change.
Yeah, it's fast-paced.
It is so being able to learn new things,
Right.
embrace new ways of working, and adapt to changing circumstances
Yeah.
is essential for staying ahead of the curve.
But it's almost like a meta skill,
Yeah,
the ability to learn and adapt to whatever comes your way.
exactly. And that ties into having a growth mindset,
Right.
a belief that you can continuously learn and improve,
Right.
regardless of your current skill level.
Yeah. So as we wrap up this deep dive
Yeah.
into the German wind energy job market, what's the key takeaway for our listener when it comes to soft skills?
I think the key takeaway is this.
Okay.
Soft skills are not just nice to haves.
Yeah.
They're essential for success in this industry.
Mm-hmm.
They complement your technical abilities,
Right.
enabling you to work effectively,
Yeah.
navigate challenges,
Uh-huh.
and thrive in a dynamic and collaborative environment.
So it's about being a well-rounded individual who can not only understand the technical aspects of wind energy,
Right.
but also connect with people,
Yeah.
solve problems, and adapt to change.
Exactly. And I think that's what makes this industry so appealing to a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's not just about building wind turbines.
Right.
It's about building a sustainable future.
Yes.
And that requires a combination of technical expertise and human ingenuity.
It's about using both your head and your heart
Yeah.
to make a positive impact on the world.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
So to our listener,
Mm-hmm.
if you're considering a career in the German wind energy industry, embrace those soft skills.
Yes.
Cultivate your communication abilities, nurture your collaborative spirit,
Mm-hmm.
hone your problem-solving skills, and stay open to learning and adapting.
For sure.
The future of wind energy,
Yeah.
and maybe your future career depends on it.
It just might.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.